and listening pleasure. And what a joy it is to be with you today on this perfect day. And you say, why is this day perfect? Because it's the only day you got. And today I want to talk about this idea that we are powerless, that we are victims to society. And you know what? That's just a lie that people are trying to get us to believe. There's a power within us. That power is our ability to use our brain, to use our mind. And where we focus that mind with diligence, with belief, with conviction, with power, with emotion, we create an experience. And gang, that's all we're here for. That's all we're here for is an experience. We're not here for anyone else's experience. We're here for our experience. I don't know how to say that and get you to understand that it's not narcissistic. You are an individualized point of consciousness within the infinite consciousness. You have all the power to create your experience. You're unique and different from everybody else that's ever been put on the planet, that ever will be put on the planet. And so you are here to have your experience and nobody else's. And yet, what do? We try to live through the experiences of others instead of creating our own. A lot of times people say to me, they say, hey, you're sort of crazy. You go to Peru in the jungles. You go to India, into Upper Uttarkashi. You go into the Himalayas and hike. You go to Mount Kailash and you do things like that. Yes, I do that because why? I want to experience it. I have an insatiable desire to experience things that are meaningful to me. Not meaningful to you, not meaningful to anyone else, but are meaningful to me. And so the question I ask you is, what is calling to you? What is calling to you that your inner heart is saying, I so want to experience this? Well, when you're called to do that, then what you've got to do is you got to use your inner power. You've got to focus your mind. You've got to bring your mind and focus on that. What does it look like? What does it feel like? When will I go? How will I go? How will I do that? Who will be with me? What will it be like? You start creating the slide that is the picture of the event. And you leave the how, you leave that open. You don't have to figure that out. You will be guided to the how. The how will make itself known. You see, this mind that we have, it has infinite power. It has infinite ways to do things. And if you start designating the how to the infinite mind, then, oh my God, you're limiting it. You're saying you have to show up like this. And the infinite mind says, no, I got other ideas. In fact, sometimes the way we see it, we're seeing it through the human mind, and the human mind sees things very linear. The divine mind, that aspect that we are, does not see life in a linear fashion. It sees it in infinite dimensions. There's infinite ways that things can come to you. It's a lot of times someone will say, well, I really want to get my spouse back. I want them to come back. I want them to love me the way they used to love me. The prayer should be, the intention should be, I want a relationship where I am accepted and loved so fully and deeply for who I am, and I'm with a partner that I love and accept fully as they are, and together we support and we grow each other as we evolve in a greater awareness, a greater expression of love. Good morning, Sandra, Patricia, Angelica, Cheryl, and Barbara. Anyone else out there, please check in. Let me know you're there. And if you have comments, questions, please write them in. This is about you. This is not just about me talking. I'm talking to get you started. I'm talking to get your ideas percolating. And then when you share those ideas, we can percolate them together. That's the reason we're doing this every day. Otherwise, why do it? You can read a book. Maybe the book's not as entertaining as my voice or some of my crazy stories, but it's just information. I want us to have an experience here because that's what life is about, isn't it? It's about connection and it's about experience. That's all it is. It's not about having something. I have a wife. I have a husband. I have children. I have parents. I have friends. I have a job. No, that's nonsense. What are you experiencing in those relationships? How do you want to experience those relationships? Those are good questions to ask to start the day. And see, I'm all about questions. I think our creative juices start when we start asking empowering questions, not questions about why can't I? That's not a good question. The question is, what would I like to experience? What would it be like if I experienced that? Can I even imagine being in that experience? And you see, you've got to start to build. You've got to start to build that energy, that idea, so that the mind has a blueprint to create from. That's what's kicker. The mind has a blueprint to create from. And your job is to create the blueprint. That's simple. But a lot of us, we've gotten lazy. Well, I'm not worthy. I don't have the time to create the blueprint. And then what happens? The society around you creates a blueprint and you go, it's not what I want. Well, you've let all the thoughts of society into your brain by watching the news, by reading the newspapers, by watching Facebook, by watching YouTube, by watching all this stuff. And all that information comes in, it creates a blueprint. And you haven't even consciously chosen it. And yet that blueprint demonstrates in your life. I had someone yesterday, a friend of mine from high school, say to me, I'm going to stay by the TV today and I'm going to watch the entire inauguration. I said, well, that's an interesting choice. I don't have any problem with you doing that. But is that what you want in your life? Watching someone else's experience? No, I want to create my own experience. I want to be doing things that juice my life. That's where I go with that all the time. Now, it doesn't mean I won't watch a little bit, but I'm not going to watch my whole day. Shariel says, did we lose our imagination? Shariel, we were domesticated. Our parents domesticated us, our religions, our businesses, our schools, they domesticated us to become the type of person who would fit into the society that they want us to fit in. And in order to fit in, you have to turn over the key to your imagination. You've got to give that key up. Otherwise, they won't like it. What are your thoughts on guided hypnosis on helping the blueprint? Dan, I love that. Especially if it's not dictating what the blueprint is, but it's opening you up to see possibilities. You want a guided meditation that opens you up to possibilities. What would that be like? Who are you truly? What is it that lifts your heart? What is it lights your boat? Is it this? Is it that? It's opening. Guided meditation in that way. Guided meditation is nothing more than great questions when you've quieted your mind so that you have the ability to hear. Here's the thing. Great ideas are coming to us all the time, but we're not open to hearing those ideas because we've got preconceived notions or we have shut our mind down from hearing anything new. That happens all the time. You could be talking to someone and you've got a great idea for them. They're not going to hear it. Why? Their mind's not open. If their mind's not open, can't hear. Same thing with you. If your mind is not open, you're not going to hear when the answer is clearly given to you. That's why it's the idea of living a conscious life. The idea of living in awareness is about being open to greater possibility. What is in front of me? What does it mean? How can I use it? Is it better? Is it for expansion? Is it for growth? If it's for growth, it's probably for you. Because the only reason we're here on this planet is to experience and to grow and to support others and to grow and to support others and to grow and to support others and have others support and grow. It's very interesting. See, everyone's posting little things about stuff and that. I just sort of say, hey, whatever you choose is good. Whatever you choose is good because why? You've chosen it. No one should judge you. No one should say whether you're doing what's right or is wrong. You have to be your own creator. You ask your own questions about what you're going to create. Yes, about domestication. Some spiritual gurus and therapists and other helpers also domesticate people who so want to create a business in a sense of power. They need to collude with the insecurities in people and magnify them to prop themselves up. Yeah, Essa, it happens all the time. Everyone's trying to domesticate us into their way of thinking. That happens in relationships all the time. If you love me, you will meet my desires. If you love me, you'll fulfill my needs. Here's the key thing. No one can fulfill your needs but you. Everything else is an illusion. And here's the thing. If you want a business to grow, provide greater service to people that you are serving. The more service you provide, the more you give to people, the more they give back. You get that? So I'm a minister, right? What am I doing? I'm giving. I'm giving everything I've got to serve people, to help people get a clarity on life. And you know what happens? People serve me back. They exchange energy with me. They help me grow, get the message out. Personally, I grow. I get the message out to more and more people. That's what I want to do. Why? Because one of my top values in the world is being a teacher. It's to be a teacher about human behavior and personal empowerment and the ability to get clarity in our lives so that we take back control. We take back control that we gave away when we were too tiny to even know we were giving away that control. With my little granddaughter, she's not even 3 yet. Got another 3 months before she's 3. I teach her how to be wild. I teach her how to question everything. I teach her, don't fall into that trap. Be you, Claire. And when you're like that, little kids love you. Little kids don't like you. When you're controlling them. Adults don't like you when you're controlling them. Who do you want to be with? Someone who gives you freedom to be you. See, you're at choice because the power to choose is the only power you've got. And that is the ultimate creative power in the universe. So I invite you today to use that power for your highest interest, your highest growth, and for your greatest experience. Until tomorrow, everybody, know that I love you just the way you are. You're perfect. Share this message if you want others to hear it. I would love for you to do me that gift. If not, hey, just enjoy your day. Until tomorrow, aloha.